In this video, we're going to dive into the important topic of power management. We'll go beyond the basics to explore what power is, how to calculate it, and why concepts like apparent power, true power, and power factor are essential for improving energy efficiency and cutting costs. Whatever the size of your organization, knowing how to calculate and manage power consumption can make a huge difference. Here's the challenge. Many organizations measure their energy consumption, but don't fully understand how it's used or how inefficiencies could be impacting their bottom line. So let's get into why understanding power is vital and how it can make a measurable difference. Let's start with the basics. Power, measured in watts or kilowatts, represents the rate at which energy is used. Understanding how to calculate power in kilowatts allows organizations to see, in real time, how much energy different equipment and systems consume. Imagine a piece of machinery that consumes 5,000 watts or 5 kilowatts. By calculating how many hours that machine runs each day, you can determine its energy consumption in kilowatt hours. This is critical because your energy bill is typically based on the total kilowatt hours consumed across your operations. A manufacturing plant with machines consuming 5 kilowatts each, running 8 hours a day, 5 kilowatts times 8 hours equals 40 kilowatt hours daily per machine. Multiply this by the number of machines, and you have a direct insight into your energy costs. The same goes for whatever equipment you have in your organization, right down to the light fittings you use. Understanding raw consumption is just the beginning. To truly optimize, we need to go deeper. In industrial and commercial settings like yours, power isn't as simple as it seems. You see, there's apparent power and true power. Apparent power, measured in kilovolt amperes, also known as kVA, is the total power supplied to a circuit. True power, measured in kilowatts, is the actual usable power. But why does this distinction matter? What you see on your energy bill, the apparent power, doesn't always reflect the actual work done by your equipment. This difference between apparent and true power is significant because it reveals how much of the electricity you're paying for is genuinely effective. Think of apparent power as all the energy coming in and true power as what's actually put to work. When there's a large gap, your organization is essentially paying for energy that's lost or wasted. Suppose you have a piece of equipment that's rated at 50 kVA but has a true power of 40 kilowatts. That means you're only utilizing 80% of the incoming power for actual work. The other 20% is lost in inefficiency, often as heat, magnetic fields, or vibrations. This is not just a technical issue, but an avoidable cost and an operational inefficiency that affects your energy bill directly. This brings us to power factor. Power factor measures how effectively your organization uses the power it draws. It's a ratio of true power, measured in kilowatts, to apparent power, measured in kilovolt amperes. If you're running at a power factor of 1, it means you're using 100% of the incoming energy for productive work. A power factor below 1, however, indicates wasted power. To put this in perspective, a power factor of 0.8 means that only 80% of the power drawn is used effectively, while 20% is essentially wasted. Consider a site with a power factor of 0.75. If their monthly electricity bill is £100,000, 25% of that cost, £25,000, is essentially wasted. With optimization, that's £300,000 in potential annual savings. You can see why it's so important to understand power properly. A low power factor, or high gap between apparent and true power, isn't just a theoretical issue. It's a financial one. These inefficiencies add up to thousands or even millions in lost profit for you annually without even realizing it. So what can you do? First of all, you can identify which of the systems you use consume the most power. You can then look to determine the efficiencies in the apparent power versus true power, your power factor. Implementing demand strategies and power factor correction equipment can be beneficial in minimizing wasted power and therefore reducing costs. Monitoring your power consumption is always going to be important to spot opportunities like this, and there are software and control systems to help you do this. Optimizing power usage goes beyond cost savings. As we head towards net zero goals, every kilowatt saved reduces the energy drawn from non-renewable sources. By understanding and managing power factors, apparent power and true power, you can cut down your carbon footprint significantly. Subscribe for more information on managing, reducing, and optimizing consumption at your organization.